Today I'm going to show you how to remediate PCI, PHI, and PII. More specifically, we'll set up NetGovern to automatically quarantine PCI data on the network so you can act on it. We'll do the following: create an audit, set up and run a classification task, search for the classified data, set up and run a compliance task, review the data in quarantine, and decide what to do with it. Even though we're covering PCI, the steps are identical for PHI and PII. First, log into NetGovern as an audit manager. From the Audit Management dashboard, click New Audit. Choose Compliance. Confirm quarantine as the root location, since the goal is to quarantine PCI. Name the audit. Now let's select the locations and users you're auditing. We'll have to choose at least one location, but keep in mind that most users have data in multiple places. With compliance, it's better to be safe than sorry. We want to remediate PCI in live mail and documents across the network. Skip auditor and reviewer access for the moment. You can also skip tags because we'll be remediating against a classification score instead of tags. You can edit these tabs at any time by returning to the Audit Management dashboard. Click Create and open the audit. Now we're ready to start classifying. The AI models in NetGovern automatically classify PCI, PHI, and PII based on algorithms we've developed around diverse and extensive datasets. Open the Classification tab and click New Task. Select the Search tab, choose the PCI model, and set it to Continuous. This will look for PCI in the locations you've set up in the audit on an ongoing basis. Give the task a name. Click Create, which runs the task. Now let's search for PCI. To crawl all repositories you selected when creating the audit, click Federated Search, then Tags. Select Classification, then choose the PCI model. Until you know what results turn up, leave the confidence range at the default setting. This will cast the widest net. Look at the results and the associated confidence percentages. Based on the available parameters, the model is somewhat sure this one is PCI. When I click it, I see it's not what I'm looking for. On the other hand, this one at a higher percentage is exactly what I'm looking for. Back in the Federated Search tab, I'll narrow the confidence range. Remember that with a range that starts too low, you'll get higher false positives, and with a range that ends too high, you risk missing results. It's all about finding that sweet spot within your data. Hit Search again, which saves the new parameters. You'll see the results look much better. Now we're going to set up and run a compliance task. Super easy. Click the Compliance tab and create a new task. Select the Search tab. Remember the federated search we just ran? The task will run against those results. We have the option to send a report or move documents to a different location, but for now, we'll send PCI directly to quarantine. This temporarily quarantines all PCI results found in live email and documents so that you can review them. In the case of live mail, PCI literally disappears from the user's inbox. Select Continuous. Name the task. You can also configure email notifications for when the task is complete. Now the setup is done. You'll get notified whenever there is new PCI on an ongoing basis. Once the suspect data is in quarantine, review the results one by one so you can decide what to do with them. You can delete a message or document, which removes it from the live network. Remember, because compliance is not applied to archives, the result will not be deleted from the archive if it was already captured. You can select Release from Quarantine if a result is harmless, which will either restore it to the network repository or to the user's inbox. If for information governance purposes you need to move results to another location, here are the steps. Release it from quarantine. Create a custom tag and tag it. Tags help you call a list of hundreds or thousands of results down to a manageable size. This allows you and anybody else authorized to search within NetGovern the ability to find information more quickly. Create a new tab, rename it. search for the tag, and set up and run a compliance task for the new tab, which includes choosing the location you want to move the results to. You could have also taken these steps earlier when configuring your compliance task. Now you know how to remediate PCI in your live network using NetGovern, and by extension, PHI and PII as well.